It's the Cowboy State Daily Show with Jake, and we're rolling along in hour 3 of the show. Doreen Mary Bray is here. Doreen's an hour early, but she's rocking Canadian time, I think. That's all right.
Yes, I am.
Are you in Quebec? Are you Quebecois?
I'm not Quebecois, but I do live in Quebec.
All right. Doreen, by the way, has got a book. You just go order it right now, and then we'll catch you up. It's called The Angel and the Avatar, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, all the places you find books. The Angel and the Avatar. This is the author, Doreen Mary Bray. Doreen's an energetic healer, shaman, teacher, naturopath, and, well, spoiler alert, you know how she got this way? And I guess I can sum up, Doreen will tell us, I can sum up Doreen in this way. Most of us are physical beings learning to be spiritual, to tap into that. Doreen started out spiritual and she's learning how to be physical. She's doing it the other way. She was born seeing color, seeing energy around us. She's specially gifted, and she's been training herself on how to use it for 3 decades now. It's so interesting. What would you call yourself, Doreen? And thanks for being on this Monday. You're living in the spirit world. And I want to talk about what shamanism is, because it's so basic, so crucial to what you do, what you are. But you were born this way, I guess, huh, Doreen?
That's correct. I was born seeing energy inside people and around people. I thought everyone was the same. I didn't realize I was any different till I went to school and the kids told me.
You had to be clued in. You're like, you know what? You think a little different, Doreen. So once you learned that you were different, you had these special giftings, you had unusual things that most people didn't. When did you feel like, I would like to apply this? I would like to. And how much of it, Doreen, did you find out you needed to train yourself in? Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to have these raw gifts, these skills, the ability, and tell us what they are, please. But then you have to focus them, right? You have to train up so you can help others.
That's a whole series of questions. I'll do my best to answer each one. I feel I'm kind of like a microscope. If somebody says my cellular structure has issues, can you help? I will zoom into the area that they request. I can also zoom into past lives, future lives, or multidimensional lives. I just follow the person's essence. I don't really know how else to call it. When you ask, how did I learn? I'd say that I did go to priests and rabbis, ministers, gurus to try to understand why this was happening to me. That's the way I interpreted it. And none could give me an answer because they themselves weren't experiencing it, so they didn't know how to guide me. That led me inward, much deeper inward. And I began to reach out to what we would call invisible beings, or angels, guides. And that's where my teachings came from.
Helping people with who may be facing serious mental health crises or soul crisis. You can explain what that is, a soul crisis. But this book could be one way that people could seek some comfort, some answers. Certainly you offer the ability to work with people, whether they're in Quebec area or online. We'll talk about where to find you online. But you're a medical intuitive. You can look into people's past lives, future lives, being able to navigate someone's essence from past to present to even future, where they're going. That's probably pretty crucial if you're going to make an analysis and help somebody with a soul crisis. What is a soul crisis? And tell me some of the things you would do to help somebody in that state.
in the world we live in today, everything moves so quickly. People are asked to prioritize productivity over presence, over authenticity. And so people are finding ways to deal, which means run faster, try to produce more, to be appreciated, to be loved, to be told that they're okay. Uh, the more we run, the faster we try to rise into a status, the more we are leaving our essence behind. And so to me, this is a soul crisis where we become disconnected from our true purpose, our true calling, and why we came.
I could see that. And it sounds a lot like the stress all of us are under, whether it's a job or whether it's just keeping up with life. It's hidden causes of modern stress. It sounds like burnout, but it's way more, right? So this soul crisis people may be in.
I feel people go through stages. First it's guidance where I don't feel good in this relationship or this job or this life that I'm living. And then if they don't respond to that guidance by making new choices, then it goes deeper into, deeper levels of stress, anxiety, depression. And so it's layers. And I believe that the last layer is absolute fatigue, where the soul, the essence of who we are, says, stop. You're not listening, so I'm stopping you. And that is the pause that we have been graced with to begin to reassess. Although most people think of it as a negative, so they look for chemical solutions to get their energy back. But it's actually, if somebody just takes the time and takes some deep breaths, walk in nature, feel who they really are at the base of their being and where they truly want to go in life, how they really want to steer themselves, then they begin to move out of that fatigue. And again, they'll go through those different layers, but eventually align with who they are and why they came.
We're talking to Doreen Mary Bray, and our listeners may be experiencing what we're talking about, this idea that we're just running, trying to keep up. We've disconnected from some of the essence of who we are. And one way to get back there, I would imagine, begins with, Doreen, you mentioned pause, just being quiet. I don't know if you got to get to a Zen-like state or if you're going to do meditation or if we're talking, I'm thinking like sweat lodge, but you got to disconnect, get quiet, and it begins with listening. Can you get yourself in this state pretty quickly, and can you help us get there?
I can get there instantly. And if I focus, I can go deeper and deeper where communication actually becomes more difficult. So it's a practice for sure. It can start with just taking some deep breaths, but not a breath just in the lungs, breaths all the way down into the solar plex, into the abdomen. This is one of the most important aspects of relaxation. It's almost like to a yawn, where you're full body breath. So then all your muscles can release by getting extra oxygen. Your brain goes into that pause state and you begin to feel more whole in that moment. Meditation, yes. I believe, though, that sometimes people meditate and then they go back into their busy pace. It's like another quick fix. To me, meditation is something you do when you're doing dishes, when you walk down the street, when you are riding on a bus or driving your car. It's essence of being, not just a practice once in a while.
Doreen can get there like snapping a finger, but she's worked at it for 40 years, trying to develop her skills, her tools, powerful, multi-dimensional souls capable of living with clarity, courage, and deep spiritual connection. She can get you there. The book is a good start. What can we learn from the book? I got a feeling, Doreen, the angel and the avatar, that the lead character, this is fictional, nonfiction. It's hard to really put a label on it, but Samara, is that the angel? That's got to be you.
Yes, definitely. The angel and the avatar is a story. I believe that people learn much faster through story because story repeats itself in your mind, whereas facts can just come and go. So it's a story about an angel who really, really, really wants an avatar, a human body,
Yeah.
so that she can come and walk on earth. And it's all the trials and tribulations she needs to go through in order to be finally granted or gifted this human body so she can walk on earth.
That's pretty cool. It sounds fascinating. I'm going to tell people where they can get that and how to look for it. I also want to talk about your website if people want to dive deeper, learn more about you and what you may be able to offer them. But one last thing, I'm trying to understand, Doreen, the extent of who you are, the spirituality, the shamanism, and what you see. You not all we hear about people that see colors, they see auras around people, but you are way more than that. I heard you talking about being able to see and perceive the molecules that make up a coffee table and how they're the same that make up you and the same that make up the microphone I'm talking. It's just fascinating how you see the world, Doreen.
Yes, for me, it's normal. I do believe, though, that anyone can perceive at that level if they uncondition or decondition their minds. We have been forced to believe that everything is solid, even though in school they tell us it's not. So it's just opening one's mind up to the possibilities. I'm human, like everyone else, like you. So I believe everyone can perceive at the levels I do. It's just faith, trust, and believe in oneself.
I want to learn more about you. I might even want to, I want to see you on the internet. If I don't bump into you in another dimension, I'll find you on the internet. Where is your URL? Where's your cyber presence?
I'm kind of all over the internet. You just need to punch in my name. But my website's www.doreenmarybray.com. It's an easy one to remember.
Doreen Mary Bray, find her on the internet. And while you're on the interwebs, get out there and purchase The Angel and the Avatar. It's on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, everywhere you buy books, right?
That's correct.
Doreen, it's our great pleasure to be able to visit with you in this dimension on this show. But I am fascinated by people like you. There are not many people that do what you do. I appreciate it and all the help that you've given folks and all the help all the help you will give people. Thanks for being on.
Thank you so much for having me on, Jake.
You bet. Have a great Monday. We got to take a break for top of the hour news. That's now. We'll see you on the other side.